Hey, it's HK hanging with us in the mix. Today is Ryn Weaver, the It Girl for 2015.
Oh.
And I'm going to explain why in a second. But hey, Ryn, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
I'm in Moose Country.
Yeah, you are.
I just found that out. Well, I've never been here before, and I got off of the airplane, and there's like moose statues everywhere, and I'm like, are there moose here? I want to go hang out. And I heard my song for the first time on the radio here.
Did you?
Yes.
Coming in.
Fantastic. The first time ever. That was my first experience
Oh,
hearing
wait, that was your first time hearing it on the radio?
Yeah. I was in the car and I started crying and I tried to call my mom. I was like, I'm on the radio. But she's in Mexico with my dad. They follow whales. I'm from San Diego.
Right.
So beachy, vibey family, but they follow the whales down when they migrate to Mexico.
Yeah.
And then they go chill there and see the little baby whales.
Do they go to Puerto Vallarta when they follow the whales?
I think that's where they go. They go to wherever it is where all the baby ones learn to swim, and then they go back up, and they're like, it's such a magical experience.
It is.
So moose, whales, wherever you are, there's some cool stuff going on.
I can't believe it was the first time you heard it.
First time ever.
Because I can't get away from it. It's everywhere.
I'm sorry. I know that
Don't
feeling.
Be sorry.
I know
That's
that
wonderful.
feeling with music.
That's wonderful.
You know, when you hear things on the radio, though, and they're always playing, and you're like, again? But I'm glad that they're playing me. Thank you.
Well, here, let's first of all set the stage, okay? MTV artists to watch, okay? Times 15 artists to watch in 2015. Huffington Post 25 artists you need to be listening to. Hence the reason why I say Ryn is the 2015's It Girl. Now, let's talk about... Let's go back to the beginning.
Okay.
When and why did you decide to pursue music?
I think I always knew that's what I wanted to do. I did theater and stuff when I was young, but it was because my mom didn't know how to deal with me because I'd be running around the house. And I used to tell her I wanted to be Britney Spears. So back in the day, that was the main goal.
Okay.
I took do you know
But she put you in theater.
Wade Robson. Do you remember? He did all the pop dance. I went to one class and that was her now that's what you get. And I was like, what? Yeah, she put me in theater because I used to say I wanted to record music, and she was like, well, just go over here and play with the kids and that'll, hopefully be enough. And it was, but yeah, I don't know. I think I just always knew I wanted to do music, and I actually went to acting school at NYU, but it was so I could be in New York and start a band and then drop out of school. But I actually never had time to start a band because NYU is a very demanding schedule, so I dropped out anyways, and then I moved back to LA, and I got started, I guess.
Fantastic.
You kind of always know, I feel like. With music, if you want to be a musician, I think it's similar to acting. On one level or another, you always know.
I believe that too, because and you don't necessarily know what the journey's going to be.
Yeah, or where you'll fit in it. Some people wanted to be musicians, and now they're managers. They're this, they're that. Yeah. But I feel like if you have that passion for music, you're always going to find a way to do it.
I agree. I think our callings come to us very early on, but people just don't know how to always listen to that voice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What do you think was the biggest turning point so far? I mean, I know this journey is just beginning for you, but still, I feel like there's that pivotal moment. Well, for instance, Octahate is just blowing up right now. So I'm curious, what do you think helped attribute to that? What was the single biggest thing so far?
Sorry. This is really cool. I haven't talked about it on this level. I haven't done promo yet when my song was actually on the radio.
Yeah.
So I just heard it and I'm feeling really emotional. What was the biggest? What was the biggest?
That's okay.
The coolest?
It makes it more relevant because you heard it just now when you came
it's
in.
So cool.
Which is so great.
Yeah. What has been the biggest point in my career thus far?
No, not in the biggest point in your career, but what was one of the most pivotal things that you think helped get you to this point so far?
It's so funny. This song was written about an ex, but it is not a revenge song. It's just an honest song. I don't believe in necessarily writing something about I hate you, whatever.
Right.
You're writing what you feel,
right.
And this song is actually about how I was still so in love with this person and they really betrayed me. And the last part of the song is very much me kind of washing it out, and it kind of singing it away. I think of a siren, you know what I mean? Screaming, the kind of outro part. And so I think the funny thing is, through that relationship, not only did I meet Benny Blanco, who is now my producer. I met my best friend.
Nice person to bump into.
Yeah, Benny's great. I met him through the X. I had all of this emotion and feeling. I think like the thing that has led to it the most, quite honestly. I mean, and not to like give someone that was shady credit, but it's like that situation, I guess, and that romantic, that toxic romantic thing kind of brought me a lot of really beautiful, wonderful things, and actually pushed me to move to LA in the first place and kind of get out and start fresh and really focus on my music. So I guess like the biggest thing for my career thus far was kind of like taking on my own independence and realizing that I wanted to be a hustler, and I wanted to like do me, right? And I left something that was toxic and very codependent, and I went forward and have kind of just been doing me now. I think that's the biggest thing.
That's a good place to be.
Thus far, and I think as time goes on, there'll be more career-based biggest things that have happened. But right now, it's the emotions, I guess.
Now the lyrics in the song, to me, I mean, you're just like waxing poetic. I mean, it's like lyrically, it just tells of a great heartache story.
Waxing.
Have you ever officially called out that person?
No, he would like it too much. It's that kind of situation, If anyone who knows, and anyone who doesn't need to know. It's a part of the story, but, I don't believe in, although there's nothing wrong with it, I think when you're a public person, I think there's a lot of artists who write songs, and they're very obviously about the last person they dated, so it's like, like that's tough. But for me, no one knows who it is, because it's not like I was a famous person, and I leave it at that. I don't need it to be like this notorious, like, He's also a fellow musician, so I don't feel the need to like make that story, make that drama.
A fellow musician.
The drama is its own.
And a fellow musician should understand. You've worked through it in song.
I've worked through it in song. Your therapy. And thank you for giving me this awful thing to deal with, though, and use my tools as a songwriter, I guess, to deal with it. Yeah. And that's all you get, buddy. You're written in history, just no one knows who it is.
Well, there you go. There's the inspiration behind Octahate. You heard it right there. Now, in addition to working with Benny, you also got to work with Charli XCX. How did that come about?
And Michael Angelakos from Passion Pit.
From Passion Pit, yeah.
Charli, just through Benny. Benny's kind of one of those guys that knows everyone. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's like, I think you too. Blah, blah, blah. He likes pairing people. But she's like, I think 5 days older than me or something crazy. We're both little Leo girls, and we've written together a couple times now, and it was just kind of a very easy writing relationship. I think the first time or the second time we worked together, we wrote like 4 songs in a day, and it was for a different project. But just through Benny, like. I think a lot of songwriters end up. I'm also published by Benny as a songwriter, and Charli does a lot of songwriting for other people. So we've also gotten together to kind of do a little bit of that as well.
So some collabs for other
in
people.
The future,
Nice, very, very nice. We've got your sound check going on while we're doing this. It's a perfect backdrop. Tell me something that we would be surprised to learn about you.
Sometimes I don't shave my armpits for extended periods of time. I don't know. I don't feel like I hide a lot of things. Maybe I should. I'm learning. Like a lot of people are very calculated, and that's the game. I don't know if I'm there yet. But
has everyone in your camp signed non-disclosures yet?
No. I don't know. Yeah, I know. But I don't know. What would you be surprised to know about me? I used to run track. I mean, I've pretty much always been this same person. Let me think of something bizarre. Can we come back to that one?
Were you about to say you used to run track?
I used to run track, and I played volleyball. But that's not exciting. Let me think about it. Come back to that one.
Okay, I'm gonna come back to that one. What do you think of that?
Yeah, okay. What's
5 words that best describe you.
Oh God. We were talking about this earlier. I might be volatile. I'm whatever I am.
You're a Leo. That's okay. It's acceptable.
I'm a Leo.
Right.
Yeah. I think I'm kind of goofy, right? I guess that's just a part of my character. Along with that, to describe me, I like to think I'm funny, but I'm probably not. So we don't have to use that one.
I doubt that.
I think honest.
Okay.
Emotional?
Emotional?
But not really, not by the oh God, cut that out. No,
No,
not
but emotional could be a good thing.
I hate.
There's bad emotional.
There's great
good
emotional.
Emotional right.
Is important. Not emotional. Screw that. Passionate. Because emotional is like a way of like, oh, she's emotional. I'm not, but I feel a lot of things.
I like that better. I like passionate better.
I'm like bad at. I'm not good at all of this. I'm still learning.
That is a word how I would describe myself. Okay, here we go. Lightning round. 3 quick fan questions.
Okay.
Any pre-performance rituals?
You know, I kind of just get in my head, and I do a couple warm-ups, mostly just like, woo, and I go up and down and up and down, and then I think I just like take a breath and walk on stage. I'm not really nervous before a show, and then as soon as it starts, I'm like, for 1 second, and then I'm okay. So not really much of a ritual other than just breathing.
Okay, relaxing. What do you do for fun when you're not working on music?
I read. I love to read, but I also hang out with my best friends. My best friend Haley, and I love to shop. And I go out a bit and have a cocktail or two. I am over 21. And I do all sorts of things.
Nice. And lastly,
Netflix too.
Oh, gotta love Netflix.
Yeah.
Gotta love Netflix. Binge watching, greatest things ever happened. Last fan question. Are you in a relationship or available?
I don't talk about that because I think that's the only part of my life, right, that is like actually for me to keep to myself.
Okay,
does that make sense?
That.
Because I feel like everything else, like I pour it out there. So I've decided early on that like no matter what happens, until I guess someday I'm like in something where everyone knows it, but I'm always gonna keep that to myself.
Well, we're gonna let you keep that.
Let me keep my heart. Let me have it.
Fantastic. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
You just got mixed, shaken, and stirred by HK.